Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Caribbean. I love the xylophones or the aluminum tin cans. I'm Aaron Phillips. Thank you for joining me on Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips. What's that when you repeat words in a sentence over and over? What's that called, Mona? Repeating words in a sentence, of course. Mystic Mona joins me on set. Thank you for joining me today.
Oh, it's so great to be here.
We're going to have so much fun today. You know what? I have a couple of thoughts and things I want to start off with, and I want to welcome everybody. Of course, our phone number, I want to have everybody call in and participate. And you'll have also a chance to call in to have Mona maybe do a reading for some people when they call in. 702-329-6947. Press the number 1 to come into the studio. And even if my friend Healy from Denmark calls in, internationally, 855-502-4321. Have you ever done an international reading?
Oh, gosh, yes.
From somebody who's like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's old.
Oh, yeah.
So Healy, if you're watching, call in. So you'll have an opportunity a little bit later on to call in and perhaps certainly ask a question of Mona. And, of course, be a lucky person that'll get a reading or two. But we're going to have some fun. Now, this is the first of a series of shows that we're going to do together called The Cynic and the Psychic. And we came up with this because when we go back into the archives, you were a guest on Black Tie Vegas with Lou Gazzar and I a number of weeks back. And you did a reading live on the air for Lou. Right. I have to admit, I had mine done off camera after the show. And, of course, it raises questions, especially if you're a non-believer, even if you're a pseudo-believer, whatever. And so we're going to talk about the things that are taking place. And this is why I want our viewers to call in. You can also, we haven't done a hashtag yet, have we, Mr. Producer? Let's see if we can try to find one. I got to set one of those up. But you can certainly message me through Facebook if you'd like on the chat room. I'm going to be pulling up the show right here on our Facebook page on the wonderful computer that you all see in front of me here. So I'll be able to monitor everything that's going on. Hi, Jennifer from Hawaii. See, Jennifer can call in. Terry Haley's in there already. Yay. I want to thank everybody. So if you're interested, we'll do that. But there's going to be perspectives on what we're doing and what people, I'm sure millions of people are going to have questions on that we're going to have an opportunity to address. And that's why I'm going to take the cynic role. I'm going to represent those people that go, that can't really be happening, can it? Okay,
so I'm probably the most cynical reader out there.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is that I look at some of the other readers that are, and a lot of them are not licensed, which we'll go into later. Right. But I look at some of the readers and I look at how they bait people into basically extorting money out of them. Right. And so there's a website out there called psychicartslicense.org. All right, just like it sounds, psychicartslicense.org. Gotcha. And it doesn't advertise any psychics at all. It's just a list of the common cons that readers will do to try and get money out of people. So the worst one, may I tell you about the worst one?
Please, absolutely. We'll jump in early. That's all right. Share it.
So there was this woman who was shopping at a shopping mall, and I'm going to not name the mall.
Yes, let's not do that.
No. So, because there might be a sponsor someday, right?
That's right. I can't shut any door.
Some of the most amazing sponsors are part of your program.
That's right.
So anyway, so this woman was shopping at this mall, and another woman approached her and said, I'm picking up some very intense energy about you.
Uh-oh.
Now, that's a fishing question. Mm-hmm. So because it's a fishing question, you can answer that in any way at all, right? Okay. Well, she said, I'm just so out of sorts. I'm so sad. I lost my husband recently.
Uh-oh.
So she says, oh, dear. I'm so sorry for your loss. And what happened is she then said, well, your husband is suffering on the other side.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
And there's a special candle that I can buy and a special prayer group I can form for you to make him not suffer on the other side. Are you willing to give your husband some peace? To which she said, of course, yes.
Sure.
Right. Well, the cost was $5,000.
For a candle?
To light a candle and do this special prayer.
Wow.
And, of course, she wanted cash.
Of course.
And what happened is that this turned into an every other week sort of thing. The woman would reach out to her and say, well, I got a message from your husband and he really needs some help again. And so this woman was at $5,000 increments pulling out this money to give to this person. Well, as it turned out, by the time she called me, she was $80,000 poorer.
Oh, my goodness.
to which we tried to get her to report this particular person to the police, but she was embarrassed, so she never did. And these con artists count on people being embarrassed and not making the phone call in.
Right.
So it makes it very hard to call it in on these people. Now,
Sure.
in Vegas, and in actually every jurisdiction in Vegas, Clark County, City of Henderson, City of North Las Vegas, and City of Las Vegas, there's a psychic arts license. You have to go through a criminal background investigation to have the license. And then once you have the license, you are instructed to do the majority of your readings from the business location that you have.
Okay.
So red flags for people that are not psychics, licensed as a psychic, is they work from their home. They have a website that doesn't have their actual pictures on it. It's just pictures of cards,
Generic pictures.
Yeah, crystal balls, that kind of thing.
Right.
They have many phone numbers that are listed on burner phones.
Oh, boy.
That they use different names. So if you're calling in for Sally Sue on one number, and you're calling in for Beth Ann on another
Right.
number, or you're calling in on, Anna Marie on another number, what's happening is those are all the same person.
Sure.
They're looking to get money out of people by telling them that there's something wrong with them in
Right.
some way, and that they can't energize or fix that themselves. They have to go outside of themselves. That's how you know it's a con.
Wow.
So, in a nutshell, those are the bad people out there.
So when a certain singer, Diana Ross, used to have those commercials for the psychic readings, that was probably one you should raise an eyebrow at.
Well, that and it's funny because if you've seen the new Gucci movie,
I have not yet.
okay, there's the gal that's can't think of her name.
The one that's starring in it?
Lady Gaga, yes.
Okay.
Her character goes to a psychic reader that she sees advertising in the middle of the night on TV.
Oh, boy.
And one thing leads to another there that ends up being an interesting part or a sideline to the story. But the thing is that there are people out there that are super vulnerable, and they'll reach out to a reader. And if you are vulnerable and you reach out to a reader, make sure that reader has a license.
It's legit, yeah.
And has been in business for a while. And the way to find a good reader is you read the reviews.
Right.
You look at their website. You look for lots of pictures of the actual reader.
Right.
Okay. You look that they have a business address and not meeting you at a coffee shop or
Right.
insisting that they come to your home. All right. Those are all the things you want to look for.
Okay.
And probably the best way to find someone is if someone recommends you.
Oh, absolutely.
So-
Referrals are always the best, right?
Right.
So your license, and I'm kind of digressing. There are a couple of news topics from the city that I want to touch on, but
Yeah.
And I've been to your office, and I didn't take note of it because we were so engulfed in our conversation. Do you have that license posted in your office,
yeah.
like a business license?
Yeah.
And right.
It's right next to the amount that I charge. So what happens
Validating the charge because you're licensed.
Here's the thing, is that with the license, you're supposed to post your license, then you're supposed to post how much you charge.
Okay.
So in other words, you post the highest amount that you charge. Now, typically it's discounted off that rate.
Sure.
But you post the highest amount you charge for a
Right.
session. Anyway, and it's also next to my being the only psychic in Vegas ever honored by Mayor Goodman for my charity work.
And being on Jimmy Kimmel.
And Jimmy Kimmel, that was so much fun.
Jeez.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a little
Yeah.
bit also. But that is great information because we see all these advertisements. You go through a flea market or,
Right.
you go and you see the psychic, the tarot.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. So
Now
take the advice.
they actually might be licensed.
They might be.
And that's fine. I mean, I
You
think
should ask, yes?
you always want to say, "Hey, can I see your psychic arts license?"
There you go.
Now, here's the thing: they will say things like, "Well, I'm licensed through the state." Well, I'm licensed through the state, but I also had to get a city license in order to do what I do.
Right.
So I have a state license and a city license.
Right on.
So there you go. Anyway.
I wanted to touch on a couple of news topics, and obviously I want to get your feedback on it. One of them is pertaining to a little coat and tail thing that I want to share with you. It is the holiday season, and at this time of year, we always tend to want to buy gifts, obviously, and support
Yeah.
others. But I want to recommend and put a shout out there. Let's support local business.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Okay? They have been hurt more over the last 15, 18 months because of the COVID stuff
Right.
and businesses shutting down. Why do I bring that up? Well, there was a restaurant in Henderson that had been around a long time. And I don't know if you saw the story. Name of the restaurant, and I'm sure I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but I believe it's My Peru, Miperu. The gentleman, there was an article on Channel 8 News that he had to close his restaurant. Why? Because he can't get staff.
Right.
People don't want to go back to work. Okay? People will argue till the cows come home about the whys and financial reasons with the extra money, and I'm not interested in that. But here's a restaurant that's been around town a long time.
Great reputation.
Great reputation, and he had been trying to find staff for months to fill his need. And finally, after struggling for the last 2-3 months, the gentleman just said, you know what? I can't do it this way anymore. And on top of it, it's right in front of the holiday. So if we had supported a business like that,
right.
If we were not sitting home just doing nothing and had the will again to go back out to work for our money, then a local business like this restaurant would not be shutting down before the holiday.
Well, the best thing in the world that particular restaurant could do would be buy a food truck.
The story didn't indicate if anything was going to happen, but...
Because here's the thing, is that you only need a couple people to actually support a food truck.
Yeah.
You show up at events and things and actually, if they have a loyal restaurant patrons, those patrons will follow wherever they go. I mean, if they do the best, wrap sandwich on the planet,
right.
People will order that and come pick it up from the truck.
Sure, come up with the niche.
So with
the niche product.
So yeah,
but I don't. The article didn't say whether that was going to happen or not. However, but this is a case where local business got hurt because of, I'll just say it, economics.
Right.
Because people were not really willing to go back to work, did not want to go back into that work. However, on the plus side, with all that has gone on, I understand people want to spend more time with family, at home, maybe doing more online work or businesses. Sure. But for those businesses that are still open, whether you want to hire Mona for a party, I'm available to host parties, whatever it is. You want to do a local commercial.
You're an amazing MC.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Yes.
I'll send you your $20 later. If you need a commercial done, don't go to the local channels that'll charge you billions of dollars. Right. Go Live Vegas does their work right here, a local business, okay? Well, he'll charge you.
Is there an MC in your future?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Is there? I should ask you that question. But anyway, so that's my message about the holidays. And it's unfortunate that we really focus on this at this time of year only.
Yeah.
Because business is around 365. But this is the time of year where we really should think about it. Now, speaking of possibly being out of their mind, okay, I can't wait to get Luke back on the show in his next appearance, which I believe will probably be next week. But I shared a story about one Adele. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And I know there's a huge fan base for Adele. Okay? The post that I shared was somebody saw a going price of $6,000 for a ticket, at least at that post. Now, you and I were talking before we went on the air that some of the ticket selling locations, $8,000 a ticket.
Yeah.
I saw a post. If you want to follow the post, it's on my wall on Facebook, Aaron Phillips. There are people posting that some aftermarket locations are charging tens of thousands of dollars for Adele.
Right.
Okay? Now, I know maybe a song or two are hers. I get all. How could anybody in there, especially in this economy,
right?
And I'm sure she's probably sold out.
Oh, she is sold out. She sold out in one day.
How do you charge that kind of money for a show ticket? I'm sorry. Now, look, if I got $6,000 for a 90-minute performance, to MC a gig I'm there. I get it. I would take it. Okay, but how do you do that as we're about to see Adele? There you go. Fans pissed. There you go. With Vegas, this is resale, ranging from $2,000 to $35,000 a ticket.
Wow, that's a car.
Yeah. You are so right. Or $2,000 is a mortgage payment or rental payment. But $35,000 for a ticket. I mean, when she's singing, if you're sitting close, right? If you've got, Terry Haley says, great voice, but depressing. Thank you.
Okay, although I do think.
Her music depresses her. Thank you, Terry.
Hold on. The best song she ever did was the one she won the Academy Award for, which was Skyfall for the James Bond movie.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, that song. That's the only song I'd actually want to see her sing live. And basically, you could just replay her performance on the Academy Awards to see it live on video.
That's right.
And a CD is what, $20?
If that.
Yeah.
Probably.
So, to me, unless someone were to give me tickets, I'd rather spend $6,000 somewhere else.
Absolutely. I mean, $6,000. I mean, what could you? I mean, if I open up the phone lines right now and I ask people, what would you do with an extra $6,000? That's $6,000.
Right.
3 mortgage payments.
Right.
Certainly at least maybe 10 cart payments if you've got a ritzy cart, $600 a month.
Right, or a great party on New Year's Eve with the good champagne.
Yeah. Exactly. Jennifer from Hawaii says, I'd rather go listen to Mark Giove at Skyline. He is amazing. So, I don't know. To me, $6,000, unless there's gold that's going to come spitting out of her mouth if you're sitting that close to get covered in gold spit, maybe. Even at that, I'd have to question. But, you know, I mean, $6,000 or whatever the aftermarket is, $2,000 to $35,000, absolutely bananas. Crazy. So, folks, if you're going to come to Vegas and buy the ticket, first of all, I'm going to say thank you up front for coming to Vegas and supporting our economy.
Love you, man.
But $6,000? I'd rather see that $6,000 go into slot machines and
hold on.
Whatnot.
$6,000 for a weekend in Vegas buys you 2 beautiful nights at our most premier properties, the Wynn, the Venetian, Bellagio. 2 amazing dinners. You can go and have a beautiful dinner at Picasso, sitting on the water at Bellagio. Mm-hmm. Price fixed menu, couple of cocktails, $500. There you go. Awesome. Worth every penny, by the way.
I just don't get it. I don't get
Just
it. But
saying.
anyway, maybe we'll find out in the cards why it happens. Anyway, it's time to go to...
Because people will pay it.
Right. People will pay. You're right. I mean, value is placed on
God
only what
bless her
people are
that
willing
people
to...
will pay it.
Absolutely.
You know?
Value is always based on what someone's willing to pay for something.
Right.
You know? So I guess you're right. But she's not of value to me to even think about spending $600 a ticket. Anyway, with that, I'm Aaron Phillips. Thank you for watching Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips, my special guest today, Mystic Mona. When we come back on the other side of the break, part 1 of many parts, the cynic and the psychic. We're going to have some fun. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
When you think of relaxation, do you think of a massage? If not, you should. Las Vegas Hand and Stone Massage at Silverado Ranch provides professional spa experiences at affordable rates. You will be enveloped in soothing sounds and aromas on your way to total relaxation. De-stress with our full-body massage to relieve tension, soothe tired muscles, and temper migraines. You can select from many options, including CBD, deep tissue, sports, and our signature hot stone massage. Call 702-941-7833 and start de-stressing today.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
Dean Martin had his glass of gin or whatever it was. With this music, I feel like I should have like a pina colada.
Wasn't it apple juice that he actually...
Well, in reality, yes. Yes. There was a great 2-hour documentary that his daughter put together. Did you watch that?
No.
I watched it last week. It was great. Really was very good.
Yeah, but what a talent.
That was part of the character, was this glass that made it look like he was drinking, but it really was apple juice.
Yeah.
But with my theme song, I feel like I should have like a banana daiquiri, a margarita with a little umbrella at it.
Something with an umbrella for sure.
Because I love the tin can stuff. Anyway.
The squirrely straw.
Something. Oh, yeah. Oh, what were they called? I used to have one of those as a kid.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
See,
Remember Click Clacks?
Yes. We need to do a retro show.
Oh, we should totally do a retro show.
I talked to a girl yesterday. I shouldn't say a girl. One of the teachers where I work at. I saw her walking down the hallway. She had one of those, like the barrettes in her head that had stuff coming out. Like you had the hearts or whatever. Yeah. And I was behind her in the hallway going to my room, and I saw it from a distance. And the first thing that popped into my head, and I know you'll know this, was the TV show My Favorite Martian.
Oh, I gotta love it. Oh.
So I'm laughing to myself. So she gets to her room. I get into my room where our rooms are across from each other. I said, I got to go talk to her. And I walked in and I said, I got to tell you, I was blah, 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 blah. I said, I know I'm going to be dating myself. When I said, did you ever hear the show called My Favorite Martian? And she looked at me like I was talking Chinese. So I had to give her the background on before we even got to the point of why that popped into my head. But
so we should have Click Clacks. We should have a rotary phone. Show people how to use a rotary phone.
And then you get all the bruises when you get to the end at the 0, and then you screw up at the 7th number. You got to start again.
Hold on. You remember
you got to have a dial dial rotor phone sound in there somewhere, I'm sure.
So you remember back in the 70s, right?
Sure.
When they used to do those radio contests where
Yeah.
caller number, whatever,
Yeah.
and you had to do
You had to dial, right? You sat with all 6 numbers dialed, right? Until the
7.
last. Well, no. But you waited
Oh, yeah, yeah.
to dial
and
the 7th
last
number until they said call now.
Yes, exactly.
I never won.
Oh,
never won.
I got a truckin' T-shirt from
Did you really?
KCBQ in San Diego.
Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Let's see. Terry Haley says, I would not have spent that. Let's see. I would not have spent that much with Gary Barlow. First few row tickets, London round trip, and my entire visit overseas would have cost. Aaron, I'm getting messages in there that the video continues to buffer. Jennifer also says that.
It's Facebook. It has nothing to do with.
Okay, I'm just. Can you put a message in the chat room and let everybody know?
Cool.
Okay, with that, let's get started.
Okay.
We have a camera that'll be able to focus on what you're doing. Let's talk about what you have going on and a little bit of how all this works. And then I think you said you're going to do a little bit of a reading.
So, yes. So when we have our first caller, I'm either going to do kind of the highlights of the new year for her or him.
Okay.
And so they need to either ask me a specific question or they say, I'd just like to know my highlights for 2022, either
Okay.
one. But one of our programs moving forward, Aaron, should be an instruction on how to do tea leaves.
Oh, okay.
Because we could actually demonstrate that right here. And the first thing I ever learned was how to read tea leaves. So that would be really fun for us to do.
Okay.
Is just, I'll show you how to
Sweet.
read tea leaves, right?
All right.
And then we'll have the stuff in a very gentle way.
Okay.
So anyway, so do we have a caller?
Well, call her right now. If you call in 702-329-6947, press the number 1 to come right into the studio. And we'll do your live reading on the air.
Okay, cool.
Oh, as if on cue. Love it. Caller, thank you for calling in. Your name, please, and where you're calling from.
This is Lori Lipkin-Almani. I'm calling from Las Vegas.
Hello, Lori.
Fabulous Las Vegas.
Thank you,
Yes,
Lori. How are you?
Good. We're so blessed living in Las Vegas.
Yes, we are. So,
Well, we got Mona. She's ready to go. So you guys, I'm going to duck out of here. You guys do your thing. So have at it.
okay, so Lori, do you want
Okay.
to ask a specific question or you want the highlights of the new year?
The new year.
Okay, so ask me your specific question and I will tap into you and answer it with the best of my ability.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I have been falling asleep and waking up to seeing a black bug crawling near me. The bug is not really there. It's the funniest thing. I wake up, I see this black bug, and I try to swat it.
It's not Spider-Man. It's not Spider-Man, is it?
What this is saying here is that there's something that you need to make a total commitment to, and that I think this dream of you seeing something that would be annoying to you means that you're supposed to take care of something. So I would sit down and say to myself, gee, what have I not taken care of? And again, I can go with something's bugging you, but I really want to go into what the cards are saying for you. There's a card here that indicates your own psychic gift here. It's a card in my deck that's called Beyond Illusion, and it's your ability to see past what people present to you and into kind of their soul or their true nature. The other thing is that maybe the bug is you being worried about money in some way. So has there been a conflict with an inheritance or some sort of an issue connected with your legacy?
Me specifically, yes.
Okay.
And it's fluctuating a lot.
I think that's the bug.
I think so too.
Okay,
I think you're
so
right.
here's the thing, and this is a universal truth. When you worry about money, you cut the flow of money off. So what happens is that if you keep worrying about, imagine that you're putting a little board up in front of the rabbit hole that says, not today, and instead say, no, there's more air than I can breathe, there's more books than I could ever read, all right? And there's more water than I could ever swim in. The abundance is always surrounding you, all right? So when you say, I always figure it out when it comes to money, you basically have boarded up the rabbit hole. Now, there's also some people out there that owe you money, and it's time to call it in.
What
is that usually I like to take care of something before the end of the year. So what I'll do is I'll call them up and say, hey, do you remember the money I loaned you back in such and such? And they'll go, oh, yeah. And they're usually kind of cagey about it. You know, I could really use that right now. So when can you say, hey, how about you send me $100 every month for the next 10 months? Most people can scrape up $100, right? And if they agree to it, great. Now, then let's say next month rolls around and they don't send you the $100. Then what you do is you write it off to the universe as a gift. But what you do is you just write it off to the universe as a gift. Now, here's the thing with your ex. Your ex is coming up here as somebody that relied on you for focus and not the very brilliant. What I'm getting here is that if you give to him an idea of how you can work with something, this is saying that he'll actually work with it. But what is more amazing about your cards is the cards smack in the middle of your reading, and that's another love
to the universe for this tall, wonderful, spiritual person to come into my life. I've been dating.
Okay.
But hasn't happened completely yet, you know, especially when you get to the older age, you have a little bit of, you know, things that you've...
Here is likely to be a fire sign, so that's an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. He's somebody that either is thinning on top or shaves his head. He's...
Wait a minute. Sorry, Lori. I'm already spoken for.
It ain't you, honey buddy.
Oh, it's not me. Okay.
No. This guy, he's somebody that. Remember how Mom used to say it's the quiet ones you got to watch out for. All right.
Right.
This guy is one of those guys that once he gets to know you, he'll almost talk your ear off. But initially, when you meet, he'll volunteer at an animal rescue, or the guy that shows up on Christmas Day to do the Salvation Army and help feed the homeless. He's somebody that's absolutely right there in your wheelhouse. So here's the thing. Do not concentrate on the idea or make the goal of marriage the reason to meet this guy. You're just looking for your companion of choice. Okay?
Exactly. Yeah,
all right.
I don't even know if I would get married again.
Now, your power month for romance, according to your cards here, is May of 22. It's very important that you do what you love, that you're around people that you love, and that you're basically culling away anybody that you don't love. All right?
Okay.
I hope that helps.
Sounds good.
There you go.
I have a question. I have an addendum, and I went to a casino and I was walking around the casino, and I sat at a specific machine the major was at $1,000.
Oh my God.
And I hit it.
Wow.
Like literally within 5 minutes of sitting.
Oh my God. See, that's the universe rewarding you. That is so funny.
Didn't I borrow $100 from you or something? Beeping you might have been hearing in the background. That was another caller calling in, which is coming in right now.
Okay, cool.
It is Jennifer from Hawaii, one of our great followers of our shows here. My friend Jennifer, how are you?
Hi, aloha. How are you, Aaron?
Aloha. You know, it's only 9:32 there.
It's the crack of dawn in Hawaii.
That's true. That is very true.
Well, actually, it's 10:31.
Little highlight of the new year.
Well, first of all, aloha to you, Mystic Mona. This is very exciting to talk to you.
Thank you.
I would like a highlight of my upcoming year.
Okay.
Ooh. Is it more difficult to read for people over the phone than it is in person?
Sometimes it's actually better over the phone than in person. And the reason for that is that I'm concentrating on the vibration of their voice without the distraction of their appearance.
Oh, there you go.
Now, it's not that I don't pick up a lot of stuff when I look at people, but do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, so Jennifer, darling, right smack in the middle of your cards is talking about how the angels are trying to guide you toward what you want. So the middle card in your reading is actually trying to move you in the direction that you want. Now, part of the direction that you want is letting go of anybody that's ever done anything to hurt you. This is a card way, and I actually want you to break that habit. So it's saying that here in the next few weeks, it's time for you to let go of anybody that's ever done anything to hurt you. And by the way, just as an aside, I have a little publication called 9-Day Energy Reset, always here to try and support you. So then there's this card of, it means two things. It either means that you're supposed to keep your emotions totally in check and not take anything emotionally. It's almost as if you're negotiating everything as though it's a business deal. But it can also mean a fella is that because you guys end up communicating from a no sexual vibe perspective, that you're operating from an intellectual or spiritual perspective. The thing is that the card that represents you in this reading talks about you blooming into your potential. So this is where you actually take up the creative project or the new business that you want to do, which is puts you in your own personal spotlight or limelight is what you need to pursue, and that you may be changing jobs within the first 3 months of the new year. Now, I actually have to tell you, changing jobs allows you to this fella might end up being someone initially that's your boss, but that the more you get to know him, the more you find out that there's an awful lot in common that you have, and that the two of you really connect on a level that's kind of uncanny. So, do you have any questions?
Wow. I guess, do you know what the man looks like? Can you picture him at all?
So he's somebody that he might have a bit of an Asian look to him, or Eskimo. He's deaf too about with Lori is he's quiet initially and then is going to talk your ear off. This guy's he's basically a quiet, very self-assured, disciplined fella. And what I like about him is that there's gentleness about him. There's a precision about him. It would be like somebody that was an expert jeweler, that when he gets into doing his craft is doing very detailed work in a very light touch. But out there in the real world, he could actually do triathlons. He's and romantically in that order, and then there's a sexual attraction. So he's not a guy that would find a woman attractive just because she's attractive. He'd be the guy that would come up and go, well, yeah, you're good looking, but what else you got? A flash in the pan or a one-night stand, ever. So
wow,
that's the fella. And by the way,
Okay.
he's likely to be an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. He's literally looking for his companion of choice. As are you.
Because, yeah, I'm actually, I was born, I don't know if I should say it over the air, but me having a Gemini in my life, like Gemini and Gemini together.
Actually, the best sign for a Gemini is actually an Aquarius. And the reason for that is Aquarians are usually would be another Gemini. But see, you lean toward the Taurus side of Gemini, which means you having a sense of structure and foundation is incredibly important to you. In some cases, you can think on your feet when you need to. But the Taurus part of you is the foundation, security, structure side of you. And in a lot of ways, you lean toward that. So sometimes you seek out safety and security in a relationship more than anything else.
Well, that's interesting.
Wasn't that fun?
That Mona gave you.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for, talking to me and giving me all this great information.
Well, you're pretty awesome yourself.
Thank you, Jennifer, as
And
always. I will tell you that, yes, for some reason, Facebook is buffering our show terribly. But if you go over to the YouTube channel, or you can, but can they view it, though? Download the app to continue listening without any issue. You can also go to the YouTube channel, which, by the way, seems to be buffering, but not as bad. You can go over there as well. Hello, Healy out in Denmark. Lisa Mascari's out there. On the line. Hello, Terry.
Hi. You know I just had to call on your first broadcast.
Well, it's the second one, but thank you.
That's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry,
That's
Aaron.
okay.
The noise.
The noise of
Anyway,
something.
I'm really fascinated by this. I do astrology.
Oh, cool.
So you're fascinating me.
Oh, thanks.
You're using tarot cards.
Yes.
And I've watched some of that on like YouTube and wondered how they can just do a general reading for a sign and stuff like that. That kind of
do a tarot reading for each sign. So if you go to vegasastrology.com, you can see the little blip that I've written for the month, and then I put a power number on there, sometimes a power color. But I'm not an astrologer, so I can't do a full chart. But I'm aware enough about being aware in the moment. So shall I answer a question for you, or would you like a little overview of the new year?
If you'd like to do an overview, I just went through solar eclipse, but I had anxiety for two weeks due to the full moon prior to that.
Yeah.
I think it was in Scorpio, and that really hit me hard.
That adds up to an 8.
No.
Okay, so your number, and by the way, I already pulled your cards, but I'm going to get to that in a second. Your number, born on the 7th. Yes, it's the water bearer card. You're very good. Okay, so, but it's also the balance of the emotional and the physical, the spiritual and the physical. So, connection. But 1 and 7 in numerology adds up to 8. So 8 is the number of fate, karma, and destiny. If you turn it over on its side, it's so you're not good at small talk. You would rather be one-on-one or just be around a few people at a time where you're talking about a subject that is actually important to you. It's not that you can't be a social butterfly if you want to, but that's not really what you like to do. You actually like to be in an intense business and talking about business and doing business than they are in anything else. So I'm going to turn your card.
Before you go into the reading, hang on, Terry. I want to go to a quick break.
Oh, sure. Mona, MONA.Vegas. So there's no .com. It's just Mona.Vegas, and it goes right to my.
Also have up on the monitor in front of me, it is buffering a lot less for whatever the reason than Facebook is. You can go over there or download the Go Live Vegas mobile app to your phone out of your Play Store. With that, I do need to take care of some business. So, Terry, can you hang on the line?
Sure.
Excellent. We'll be back with Terry's reading. I'm Aaron.
Las Vegas Hand and Stone Massage at Silverado Ranch provides professional spa experiences at affordable rates. You tension, soothe tired muscles, and temper migraines. You can select from many options, including CBD, deep tissue, sports, and our signature hot stone massage. Call 702-941-7833.
How to handle change. Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas, and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs.
All right, welcome back to Aaron's Hour. All right, all those watching on Facebook and even on YouTube, we believe, and it makes total sense. I mean, who am I going to argue with Mona when she's got all these powers of higher authority here? That we believe that a lot of the internet prowess that are problems is because of what's going on in Kentucky after the tornadoes and the terrible weather, emergency broadcast system and all of that, maybe pulling from internet usage from all around the country. So with that, as I mentioned, you can download the Go Live Vegas mobile app. On YouTube, our friend Healy from Denmark is watching. Lisa Mascari. Before we go back to the reading, I just want to mention that there's a special for the holiday from Hand and Stone. This is for non-members. Purchase a spa package and receive a promotional gift card for another free massage or facial. Or if you're not into that, but you want to get a gift for somebody else on how to de-stress, save $10 on the purchase of a spa gift card for somebody else. Lisa's located at 1150 East Silverado Ranch Boulevard. You can give her a call at 412-779-0495. They just also opened up a second location in Henderson to make things easier. So again, call Lisa, 412-779-0495. And without further ado, Terry, thank you for hanging on. Let us go back now to the reading for Terry.
Can I say hi to Lisa real quick? Hi, Lisa.
Go for it. Mona, go ahead.
Okay. So I was waiting for her to say hi, Lisa.
She did.
So,
I talked over by accident.
Okay, got it. So what I'm getting here in your reading is that if you were to pull one card from the deck that was the most powerful card in my deck of cards.
You can hold up just a little bit. There you go.
Right, there's the card. Right?
Yep, right there.
This card is the most powerful card in the whole deck. It will allow the voice and the energy of spirit to start working through you. And that by doing that, what happens is that you finally realize that there's nobody in the world like you, that you were born to be exactly who you are in this lifetime. People that would most appreciate the mojo you bring to the table. Do you see what I mean? It's like, it seems in a weird way like you've been fishing from the wrong. Okay, well, what it says here is that it's time for you to start putting your mojo out there where you know it's going to be well received, right? Like I remember telling this one accountant that if she wanted more biz to advertise the fact that she specializes in taxes for gamblers, she just needs to advertise in the places where gamblers go, which would be like the Casino Journal or the Las Vegas Weekly, or any place where, you know, your gambler would pick it up and look through it anyway and go, oh, there's this accountant in this gambling magazine. Is that it's time for you to network with people that actually would appreciate what you bring to the table. You have an amazing opportunity, and I'm going to tell you how you can get more business for the new year right this second, all right? I want you to reach out to every single person that you've done a reading for in the last 2 years, because you already know their birthday, all right? Mm-hmm. And you say, your personal New Year is coming up on June 8th, but the physical New Year, and then you charge a special for just that transition chart connected to their birthday. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, to be honest, I'm trying to steer away from that. No, I totally get what you're saying. Aaron will tell you I work on a show and singing.
Okay, then the reason why these cards are coming up the way they are is probably because you've been indecisive about what you want to do next. And what I'd like you to do over the next 10 blessings and ready to receive, every time you get yourself kind of stuck in your head, say, I'm ready for true play success. I'm open to my blessings and ready to receive. Okay? Because you have the most powerful card here in the reading, right smack in the middle of your, okay? But now I know why now I know why these cards are coming up so indecisive.
Okay. Really appreciate it, Mona. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Sugar. All right. Believe it or not, we're under 10 minutes, and as a cynic, I haven't even been able to ask any questions, which is great to have our callers be serviced. Right. But if Aaron could bring up the laptop that I have on the desk here, we'll look. If you need some last-minute gift ideas, see, it was all cute and ready to go. Oh, wait, we got a call coming in.
What?
Oh, it's only one of my sponsors, Lisa Mascari. Gift ideas. Not only can you go to Hand and Stone, as I just read coming out of the break, contact Lisa for some great gift ideas at 412-779-0495. But if you go to Go Live, her collection of mugs, that will give you another opportunity as well. Now, you can stay on the site. There's mugs for all the shows, but here's my Aaron's Hour show.
I love that mug.
Love it, absolutely. You can also get some other good stuff on the site.
Is there a poster too?
There is, but it's not on this site. How do I find the poster?
Large and lavish gift.
Why don't you bring up the poster? Go back. Hold on. I'm being told to go back. You can get a poster. Scroll to the bottom. Anyway, while that's happening, why don't you bring it up so I can keep going on your computers, which I'll show you in a few minutes. Also, Miss Mona has a little something going on as well regarding some specials herself.
Right.
What you got?
Okay, so if you want to have a full 55 of 145, that's $50 off my normal rate. So it's basically a 25% discount just because you heard about me on Aaron's Hour show.
Wow.
So you can do any of those sessions, 55 minutes, 145. All you need to do is go to my website at mona.vegas and put in Aaron's Hour as the subject line, and then we know it is.
Then you call Lisa and set your appointment for a wonderful massage. Thank you, Lisa. How are you, my love?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
Good. What's happening?
Nothing, just at the spa and working.
And you're already in this wonderful, relaxed
Zen-like
zone. And then we do your reading.
What if you did a reading while someone's getting a massage?
No, because actually, and Lisa will probably tell, being in the moment activity. So if you can actually breathe in when the massage therapist is not pressing on you and breathe out when the massage therapist is pressing on you, what happens is that you actually really...
Thank you.
All right, let's see. Now, I'm just going to tell you what the cards want to tell you. So, and kind of what I'm picking up from you spiritually, focus. In other words, if it wasn't for you, he'd probably leave the house with dirty boxers on. I'm just saying. Okay.
Good.
Okay. See, here's the thing. The reason why Mark fell in love with you is because you have a way of staying calm. Sometimes the littlest things will set him off. but you've learned not to take him personally because deep down in his soul, this is the most of your best friend. So being in the right place at the right time and paying attention to what's being presented to you is going to be absolutely awesome for you. You also have a natural intuitive gift. So I'm deceived by people, but when it's reversed the way you have it, it's your ability to look at someone and know right away if they're okay? So then there's this card of you actually like a lot of stress, that the more stressy things are, the happier you are, the more normal it is, and that you actually really love your work. Like it could be a business that's on the opposite side of town that you end up taking over, and it might not be exactly the business you're doing right now. It might be like a beauty salon that's going out. Like something that you could just walk right into and set up business right away. But I actually see that you may have the opportunity July or August of 2022 to expand, and when it.
Wow, all I gotta say.
Does she have chills?
Interesting.
Did you get chills with that reading? I did.
I had total chills, and there were 2 lines specifically that kind of floored me. Yeah.
There you go. Hey, real quickly while I have you, because believe it or not, we only have a couple of minutes left in the show. The one coming in the Henderson area, so good. All right. Well, it's on its way. So Lisa's Shops will have a second location, and now I have to say,
hint, nudge, nudge.
there is one on the west side, but it's not affiliated with Lisa, which is why I don't freak. Oh, well, there you go. I'm in for that.
Yeah.
I'd be in for that.
Yeah.
Lisa, always love your. Oh, by the way, the part where you talked about being straightforward, and I could say this on the air. Lisa is one of the most straightforward, honest individuals that well, she's also from Philadelphia. So Philadelphia's not like New York, where I'm from, where you just speak your mind, whatever.
Right.
But I will say that's where I got the chills, because Lisa is the most upfront, honest person you'd ever want to meet. Love you, Lisa.
Love you, Lisa.
And thank you to our callers. We want to thank Lori. We want to thank Terry. And, of course, we want Jennifer out in Hawaii. I know. See, my brain is weeping. But that's the guy.
Look how much fun he's having.
Well, he is. And I would love to have you do a reading for him at some point, whether it's on the air or not.
Oh, that would be fun.
Even if it's just the highlights.
Next time. Yeah.
2 weeks? Right? 2 weeks maybe? 2 weeks from today. Well, 2 weeks from today is Christmas Day.
I'll be.
We are talking about doing a Christmas special.
Okay.
That'll be pre-recorded.
Oh, even better.
So we'll have to figure out all the logistics on
cool.
that.
Sounds great.
Thank you, love.
Thank
you.
you.
A lot of fun. I was getting goosebumps all show. Listen, the Cynic and the Cynical will continue. Just our show. It's on YouTube running as well. By the way, I don't know if you can bring it up, but there's the poster there, Mr. Producer. I found the poster. It's 2x3. It's a lot of fun. And that's cool. I think I'm going to have to get about a dozen myself.
Maybe.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sign them all myself and give them away. Anyway,
right.
Hey, listen, be kind to everybody. Wise out. We're all we have. Have a great, great week. Be safe, be happy, be healthy.